Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of the Plum Island Horror, and I believe last episode was more or less okay. In fact, Harry made me aware of one thing that I basically missed in my favor, and I think this is where I left a comment. I think one of these zombie units here should have moved one or two more spaces. This is now really something I can't easily take back, but there is a way to somewhat rectify that, because Terry made me aware of this search card here, where I think spawned 3 supplies in both barbecue area. But I completely forgot to read the orange part down here. In all cases, if the Rocky Top Food Mart, Pancaldi Italian Deli or Wiley Brother, blah blah blah, if one of these civilian units was on the board, I should have increased that reward by 2. And indeed, we had the Rocky Top Food Mart here on the board. But this is now where I say, okay, I messed up the zombie movement, which in this case means I will also ignore the additional bonus down here. I'm not sure if it really evens things out, but at least I did something to do that. So yeah. But I think with that being said, we should be pretty much good to go to start our next day, October 26. We have 3 actions to live with, which isn't terrible. So yeah, let's draw our first chit out of the bag. So let's see what we draw. And of course, it had to be the baddie. So let's draw our next fate card. And we have track 6 is getting spawned. I think we are still at level 3 basically, so we're adding 3 more units. Yeah, this is frightening, of course. And track 1 will activate. Yeah, this all bad. These fellas will simply move in here and they will stop. Similarly, these fellas will move over this bridge, which is fully repaired, unfortunately. So we'll have 2 fights to deal with. But we are not done yet. We have those murder of horrors here. Those are 5. And I happen to find the corresponding table on this player here. Everything is fully documented. It's really extremely well done rules. Really great player aids. Love that a lot. So they're moving 1-2 spaces now into here because we are no longer at night. Yeah, and I will not further punish myself here. But that was the first thing done. No, we are not done yet. Of course, we have to resolve the fights after all. Here we are fighting in a building location, which means those 5 units will deal 2 points worth of damage to us. And yeah, she is defending with 3 here. Okay, that's not too bad actually. So we can maybe even get rid of some of those suckers. So we are blocking 1, which means she's taking her first point of damage. That is Ellie Mae. But we have also gotten rid of 1 of those zombie units here. And yeah, I will of course put 1 of these biohazard cubes into the... It's becoming quite heavy, the bag now, with all the wood we are putting in there. As for the second combat, we have Gordon. He's fighting 4 fellas, and 4 is, I think, also... No, 4 is only 1 actually. He's only taking 1 point of damage, but he's also only rolling 1 die. Is there anything? No, there's nothing specific. He's blocking that point of damage. Okay, so far so good. He is doing quite well. And is there only... It's really only 1 shield on these dice. Wow, okay, you did well, sir. And that was the chit resolved. Yes, indeed. Let's remove it. Let's draw the next one. And okay, it's Pearl's Plum Island Research Lab Security Services. Yeah, that's quite a mouthful. We get our free movement first. For sure, we will move Kevin Biart. Is it Biart or Biardi? I really... It's a strange font they're using on these tokens here. So here he can't shoot basically into the riverhead soon. Actually, we really need to get back some of these baddies in here, because otherwise, yeah, we will lose because of overrun. We will move Mrs. Winthry back to the cooperation headquarters here, because there we can reduce the biohazard track by 2. And I think that's basically it in respect to the free movement. Everyone else I will leave where they are. We're getting 3 actions now, so I think we might as well simply start here. So we have to exhaust this location here, but this allows us to reduce the biohazard level by 2. I think that may not be our main concern actually. Next, we will use Kevin Blart. I checked that now. Sorry for butchering your name, buddy. So he's shooting into that zone over here. Therefore, we have to spend 1 supplies. I think right now that this is still okay. We need some more supplies, but we still have an awful lot of time in order to prep. So we are rolling 2 dice. That's his ranged combat attack. And the problem is, yeah, they are in a building location. So they're really definitely much tougher to hit now. And that's really not a hit. He could now move after his free action, but I don't think we want to do that. That's our second action done. And yeah, maybe up here we are going to search. Yeah, let's do that. That's our search card. And here we have vaccine trials, guinea pigs wanted. Check your unit's bravery rating, which is 3. Okay, that isn't terrible, which means we're resolving the middle one. These people are really valuable. Reduce the biohazard track level by 2 spaces. What an amazing one. We have to exhaust the area though. That's, I think, quite okay actually. I will reduce. We are going down to 0 now in our biohazard. And then in all cases, if this area is Pearl West, it's not, or Pearl East, double the indicated track effect. Yeah, exhaust this area. Wow, okay, I totally take that. I mean, yeah, we're down to 0 on our biohazard track. But yeah, our main problem are the zombie units actually. We can't really reduce them down for whatever reason. I'm not doing hard. Yeah, of course, they are now activating. Anyway, that's already the second token. We will spawn on track. Yeah, we are really running out. That will become our major problem. We have to go in there now. So track 3, and we are activating track 4. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nasty, because those 9 fellas will now move in here. Mrs. Winfrey, she's in a building location, but I still think she will take 3 points worth. Oh yeah, okay, she might be dead now actually. What was I thinking? Apparently nothing. So she's only rolling 1 measly die, and I believe she doesn't have anything that would help her in case of a combat. So let's see, we need 1 shield now, basically it's 6. Oh boy. Okay, that's an exploding die, which means 1 sucker is out of here. We are rolling an additional die. That's another hit. So wow, she fought really bravely. The thing is now the damage is of course done, which means she's now taking 3 points worth of damage. And if you see that correctly, this means she is actually out of here. Wow, we have lost our first survivor, first hero. We are still adding 1 cube into the mighty bag, but at least, I mean, that wasn't terrible. She removed 2 of those fellas. I take that. But in fact, there was one minor little rule I was almost forgetting, and that's the last stand rule, which says when a faction or NPC unit would be eliminated in a close combat due to it having accumulated blah blah, when it's basically dead, the unit may try to save itself. The owning player immediately draws a fate card and gets a fate number. This is compared to the unit's bravery rating. If the fate number is equal to or less than the bravery rating, the unit extricates itself. Okay, let's do that. Though this is our card. I haven't looked at it. Oh gosh, so awfully close. No, it's good enough. She has a bravery rating of 2. I always keep looking at the exclamation one here, the yellow one. No, it is good enough, which means she will live. She will have 2 hit points. Now basically you reduce the damage by 1 basically. And then she has to move back actually. Wow. So I think in this case she will actually move. Is there a doctor nearby? He doesn't have this ability. She was here, right? So we could actually heal her. So we will move her here to the beach. Wow, that is so cool. The question now really is the horror's possession. Would we grow this now? I mean, she didn't really die actually. So I think thematically she's not moving with those murder of horror units, right? keep me honest here. But okay, that wasn't terrible at all. We are still living and we have reduced this down by 2. Cool stuff. And yeah, one thing I forgot, actually, I will not take it back. Yeah, I didn't take the follow actions with the other factions, but I think that's not too bad actually. Okay, maybe things aren't as terrible as they look. Let's draw the next token. And oh gosh, we don't get a break, but at least then we know they're not going to activate again. Nah, maybe through an event card. Let's see. Okay, reanimate. Yeah, reanimated is bad because this will could add an awful lot of more zombies. So we're doing this on track 2 actually, and I think it's 2 tiles. Yeah, I think we're still standing. Yeah, though basically 2 go here and 2 go here. The problem is we are now really down to only 2 of those. And tracks 1, 2 and 3 are going to activate. Let's do things in order. I think we do that track by track. So they will not move, but of course these fellas will actually move. We have to draw a next card to see where they move. They will move up here and they're only moving 2 spaces, right? Yeah, that's the case. And then we still have to resolve 2 combats. Again, one with Ellie Mae. I think her combat rating is actually 3. That isn't terrible. And we are down to 4. I think 4 is only 1 damage. Yeah, it's 1 damage point she would be suffering. So let's see if we can maybe... Okay, that wasn't terrible at all. Okay, so we have removed them down to 3 already. I will do that right away. We have an exploding die. We will roll again. We have another exploding die. Cool, we have wiped out that horror stack. And if we now roll a shield, that would be perfect. No, it's another hit, but for sure I will take that, though she will suffer 1 point worth of damage. Okay, she may have to heal. She has 6 life points. She's all right. But of course we have to add yet another biohazard cube. Yeah, pretty colorful back. Nice job, Ellie Mae. We know the drill here. That's another 4 points, basically. 1 point of damage for units. We are rolling 1 die. Yeah, and he keeps blocking. Wow, he's a star. He's holding out. That's great. But of course, we are far from being done because those fellas will move in here. And this giant stack, I think they will only move 1 now. They have more than 6 units on them. So we will have a fight here. He rolls 3 dice. How many units do we have actually? That is 6. 6 is 2 points worth of damage, and again he is rolling 3 dice. It's a building location, right? So 3 dice. Does he have a special ability? Wankman. Wankman is cool. Yeah, I like Wankman. Just watch Ghost, but he's written incorrectly, of course. No, that's a special action. So we will simply have to roll. I think I have to move this around because otherwise I will knock those tokens around. 1 shield and 1 damage, not terrible, which means he is also taking 1 point of damage, but I think he is quite all right actually. But I believe this was all on track 2, but then these fellas will move in here into the first precinct. Yeah, I think they will die actually. That's 4. Yeah, this hunter, I believe, yeah, he is dead. Unfortunately, again, this is close combat. We will have to add another cube in there. I think I did not add the cube for the other one. So we are fully out of yellow cubes now, by the way. And because they have killed a unit, they will grow in size. And these fellas, I think, oh, they will move 3 spaces, right? Yeah, 3 areas. 1 and 2, we have to draw yet another fate card. And I always prefer drawing cards over rolling a dice for things like that, quite honestly. That's the one. Okay, no, they're moving in here. So that's 3 points worth of damage, which means they will kill 1 of those. It doesn't matter. We will kill, I think they're both 1, right? Yeah, we will kill those fellas, which means we are adding 1 more thing in here, but they'll only kill 1. There were 3, right? In a building location. Yes, indeed. So there's still a meat shield here, which I think isn't terrible. Oh, one thing I forgot, of course, they should have moved. We should have resolved this combat here first, but I think it doesn't really matter too much. These are 5 units also in a building location. That is 2 wounds basically. He has a combat rating of 2. And doesn't Mr. Kruger have something special? He can avoid close combat actually. I think we want to do that, do we? No, I think not. I think we want to fight him. We need to reduce them down. He's right now pretty protected here. So he's rolling 2 dice, and I believe I should have added 1 more cube from this combat, right? Indeed. So let's roll those 2 dice. Okay, that's 1. He's taking 1 point of damage, unfortunately. That wasn't great at all, but now we're really adding some serious cubes into the bag, actually. More red, and I'm not sure. I think for every cube we can't add, biohazard goes up. I think so. Wow, okay, that was a pretty eventful turn actually for the zombies. So let's draw the next chit. So the rest should be all right. Indeed, that's the neighborhood watch. They get a free movement. We definitely have to move Mr. Rogers. I think he will move 1, 2 spaces up here. So that was his free move. And I believe here I want to move this fella up here. Mr. Feedy, right? That's Feedy. Yeah, indeed. Basically another meat shield. We have 3 survivors here. I think they have to block these fellas for quite a while actually. But then again, I think, no, let's also move Ellie Mae up here. She's really a fighting monster. We have to reduce those things down to some extent. Here, I don't know. I think we might as well leave him here. Oh, yes, 3 combat actually. 3 ranged attack. I think we want to use it from there indeed. Yeah, let's not move him. So we will also lie him down, and similarly here, Mr. Kruger will remain here. Okay, for our first action, Sergeant York will fire into that pile of horrors here. I just spent 1 of those. He is rolling 3 dice, and he has a reroll ability. I mean, that is really huge. So he's rolling 3 dice. It's a building location again. Oh gosh. And I think may reroll 1 or more of its initial combat dice once per combat. Okay, let's do that. We are totally rerolling all of those. Yeah, this doesn't help us at all. Oh gosh, this is so bad. We need hits. We need hits, friends. Up next, I wanted to prepare. And I really searched the rule book, and I might have missed it. There are a lot of things that you can't take, typically location actions, when the area is compromised. It seems that the repair action is not one of those. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's my first time, so I will take a repair action with Mr. Kruger here. And yes, that is fully repaired, which I believe means we are also removing, or we are flipping this over. Power now 5 supplies ran repaired. We fully repaired, and I think the 5 supplies go to both of the factions. Nice. So we have 1 more action left, and I think I wanted to move those shore patrol up here, because when they fight, they don't need to spend any resources. So I think we are moving them 1, 2 spaces up, so when they're doing a ranged attack. And I think we really have to use them to some extent a little bit later. So those were all our actions. For now, I really have to think about follow actions for pearls. And yes, for 1 follow action, we will shoot with him. So he's rolling 2 dice. Unfortunately, they're again in a building location. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that when they are in a building location, actually. Maybe this really doesn't make sense. But then again, right now, they're almost all in a building location. So I could, in fact, use 1 follow action to move these fellas up and then shoot from there. Because here we can really remove some serious units, actually. No, let's stay on target. We will shoot into that. We are rolling 2 dice. He can reposition afterwards. This is such a waste. So he's spending 1 supplies for that. I did do that, and yeah, this is really not great. In open space like here, this would have been a hit, right? But then we have to draw our card. Yes, of course, we have to draw an event card, of course. So let's see what we get. It's still a huge pile, so a lot of things can still happen. And here we have Pearl storage units breached. This one says, if the Oceanside Industrial Park, basically right here actually, has any damaged marker, yes, spawn a murder for. Okay, 3 more fellas will spawn here. This is... I really get it now. You have to repair those locations. There's a reason that they're there. This is something I should be thinking actually. Okay, so that was our first follow action. Because I'm playing solo, I can still carry on with a second follow action, even though we did trigger an event. And yeah, I think I will... Should I move her in here actually? Because then we could heal her. On the other hand, is it important or not actually? Is there anything else we can do? Yeah, maybe shoot with him. We don't need to spend any resources in order to do that. That's a small relief. Can you see that? Yes, just barely. It's still a building location. It's no zombicide rule, so we can't hit our own here. Yeah, 2 dice, right? And okay, that's cool. That was 1 exploding die. We roll again. Okay, maybe we removed 1. I take that. I mean, I really take that. But then of course we have to do... No, we are not drawing an event, and that was that shit resolved. Okay, next token, and yeah, it's the impending doom, so the rest is all good in here, which of course we have to live with. And we have spoiled food and expired meds. This can't be good. Each player must discard 2 supplies. Yeah, we can do that relatively easily actually. So here are the 2 supply markers. Nice. If a player can't or chooses not to, no, we are completely fine. If any of the Rocky Top food mark civilians have been evacuated, players... Okay, we know that one of these fellas, I think, was here actually, the Rocky Top food mart. They're still here, but we have to see if any one of those was actually evacuated. But unfortunately, I checked them both. Yeah, we haven't evacuated any one of those, so it is what it is. We did discard our 2 tokens anyway, so we are good. Last 2 tokens to draw. We know they can all be good. It's only the order. We are starting with pearls. We get our free movement. I think I am moving out. You are allowed to move out of these areas without any problems. If you're moving into an area with any zombie units, murder of horror units, then you have to stop, but you don't have to immediately fight. You simply have to stop. And here we can still search. So that was that movement. We are not moving Mr. Ballard. Here we can search even more, I believe. So I think I will move this fella here. And I believe we want to leave Dr. Corey here as well. We get to take 3 actions, and I think I will use his special action just to see how it goes. Let's see what this stuff does. Special action. So we're drawing a fate card. We are looking at the number. It's a 5, and I think a 5, remove 2 cubes of your choice from the biohazard bag. But we are basically placing them back into the available pool. So yeah, we are totally adding 3 red cubes back to the supply. Cool stuff. Here with the NPC unit, we will shoot again. I really don't know where to place my dice tray. It's 2 dice, right? It's still a building location, but oh, okay, that isn't terrible. That is certainly a hit. We can re-roll this one. Oh, we're rolling an additional die. We don't need any shields here. Okay, pity, but it's 1. I take that for sure. That was our second action. So slowly but steadily we are doing stuff, and I think last but not least we will search here while we still can. It's not compromised, so we should be good. And here we have a gluten for punishment. Your unit finds some survivors who are cradling multiple loaves of Wenner's bread, gluten-free oatmeal, honey, sourdough, cinnamon, raisin, olive, rye bread. One of your favorite favorites. So it's nice. They say that there are dozen delivery trucks still in the loading base. Place 6 supplies, wow, in the Wenner bread area 1B, unless there is a horror unit in there. Then place only 3. No, I think we are actually good. It's right here actually. Wow, we really have to pick it up. no matter what. But okay, we don't have any more units up here. So I think, okay, that was perfect. We have to exhaust the area. I may have forgotten to exhaust the area sometime else or some other area, but it shouldn't be a problem. Cool. I think that was a worthwhile event for sure. Getting those resources to fire is definitely key. Now we can also, that's maybe something I shouldn't forget, we can use the vehicular movement on those by spending those supplies. Let's do some follow actions with Mr. Feedy here. We will search for sure while we can. Wolverines, okay. Your unit comes across a bloody scene. In the middle of a swath of carnage stands a half-dozen cheerleaders and what looks to be an actual huddle of football players. They have just annihilated a mob of horrors. Wow. Place the Wolverines NPC unit in this area. Okay, cool. We have them here. Nice, nice, nice. So we have these fellas now. They will join the battle, it seems. And I think I've forgotten. Oh, I'm so stupid. We had the hero of the day or whatever it was, right? When we are removing those fellas. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Where is it? Here, the great savior. Exactly. Place the hero of either type. I have to think about this, where to play. We had a lot of fights actually. Oh, okay, that is... Okay, I can think of something. Anyway, in the area, if this results in the area surpassing, no, it's not. And if your unit is from the Islanders Athletic Clubs, no. No, one action. Cool. Okay, yeah, I totally forgot that. I shouldn't, because that is really, really important. So let's exhaust the area anyway. Yeah, we have the hero of the day actually. So this fella would move in here. So this is done. We know we did had a fight here actually with the CEO. So we will place the hero of the day in here. That could have been spawned or could have spawned somewhere else. But yeah, I totally forgot. I have to remember to leave a comment, but at least we called this somewhat soon enough, right? So this was our first follow action. So let's see if we have to resolve an event. And no, so we have a second follow action. So now we could actually, and I think that's what I totally want to do, we will use the hero of the day to shoot in the same area. You are allowed to do that. It's not considered to be close. We could do 4 actually. With 4 the chances are better, right? But a shield is a shield. No, let's simply roll 3 dice. It's still good enough. Building location. It's only 1. It's only 1. There are no rerolls on those fellas, I believe. Okay, maybe I should have done or went for the close combat, because this would, even a miss would count it as a shield. But we are not adding any biohazard cubes. That is something. So that was the second one. Let's, yeah, of course we have to resolve an event. Okay, so many things, but there's really a lot going on in this game. Social distancing. Okay, where did we hear this before? The civilians are panicking and lashing out. Draw a fate number. Okay, let's do that. That is 2. All player units on that track number which are currently sharing an area with a civilian unit of any type take a hit. What? All player units. Okay. Oh, so yeah, they're basically panicking. But I believe we don't have that on track 2. No, we don't. There are no player units here. No. Wow. Okay. Extremely lucky here. Wow. Okay. That wasn't terrible at all. But that was our second follow action. So we will draw the last token. It's the neighborhood watch. They get a free movement. Up here, I want to move, I believe, into this area because we can search there. Here, I think we have to protect Mrs. Winfrey. So I think we are not moving him right now. We are also not moving him because he can still search. Down here, I think I want to move this fella in here because here we have the football players, the Wolverines in there. I think they will protect this location. We have to really do whatever we can. And yeah, Ellie Mae will definitely stay here, right? That's the idea. She can really do some serious damage. Cool. Let's take our actions. So we will search up here. And that's Beware the Shade. Okay, interesting. Unit walks down an overgrown garden path. They spot bags of kale but move on past those as no sensible person would eat that. As they turn a shady corner, they are suddenly pounced upon by mutated hummingbirds and butterflies. What special kind of hell is this place? Immediately, what the... Okay, so there are bad cards in that search deck. This is something they, I believe, also did with Fortune and Glory, right? Where they also, with some of the expansions, added now bad cards into the event deck, which was all good. And I will cover Fortune and Glory relatively soon again, actually. I'm not sure. Should we fight now? And yes, I believe this is true. I just checked the spawning rules again, even when it's triggered through an event card. I think it's an event card, right, in this case. So he only rolls one die. They're doing 1 point of damage. So I think he is quite okay, actually. Does he? Oh, he already has 3 wounds, actually. 2 wounds. Okay, he is dealing 1 point of damage. That's okay. But he's also taking 1, which means he definitely needs some healing soon, right? And this was a close combat, so we're adding 1 red cube right back into the back. And doesn't even doesn't even exhaust the area, but now we can search there again. Right, for the second action we will use the Hero of the Day. Now we will go for a close combat action, because this way we are rolling 4 dice. And again, I keep forgetting, treat missed die results as shield. Yes, indeed. So we are rolling 4 dice. How much damage do we take? How much more are left? That's 6 times, so 2 points of damage they would take. Oh gosh. This is so bad. So we're adding a red cube for nothing, basically. Oh boy, yeah, you can see that here. That wasn't great at all. This was our second action done. Should we do that again, or is there something more meaningful we can do? And I just looked around and I think that's still maybe the best we want to do. No, we will fight again. We need units back in the stack. Okay, that's 1, that's a shield, and that's 1. So we are not taking any damage. We are inflicting 1 point of damage to them. That's still not great. And we're adding 1 more red cube back. Okay, but those were all our free actions now. 3 actions, not free actions. So we get to take follow actions with pearls, right? And again, we need things in here. But still, pearls can also use NPC units, right? Let's do a ranged combat here, or no? Let's do a ranged attack here again with the Hero of the Day, only rolling 3 die. Oh, gosh, you must be joking. 0 hits, and therefore we have to at least no event card. And this is really, really lame. But we need tokens, so we will do a ranged combat again, right? With the Hero of the Day. That's what he's here for. Okay, now we are talking. Now we are talking. So we are rolling this one again. This was exploding. But anyway, 2 more hits. Yes, that is how you do it. Okay, that is something that we needed. Let's draw our event. Yeah, we have to draw an event card. And we have Overflowing Horrors. No, we were just getting rid of some. Check the map for any tracks that do not have at least 1 Murder of Horror stack on them. Mutations are not considered. If any track does not have a Murder of Horror stack, immediately spawn in that spawn zone. But I believe we may be lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are not spawning anymore. Okay, that wasn't too bad then, maybe. Was the right time to draw that card. But I believe that's the end of the round, actually. Let's do the biohazard step. 1 and 1, so 3 steps in total. 1, 2, 3. They go back, unfortunately. And I believe that's it. We are simply refilling the turn order track, and we are moving into the afternoon phase. Let's draw the next token, and we have the Neighborhood Watch. I decided to don't move anyone. With our first action, we are searching with Sergeant York. While we can, we should do that. And ooh, They do have bad cards in here. A lot, actually, it seems. Ambush. If I only would have known. Your unit is taking a short rest in a local hotel after combing the area. Now I have to think about spaceports. And finding some valuable supplies and equipment. While looking for some rooms in which to take a snooze, one person opens the banquet hall doors. They are instantly trampled and torn apart by the attendees of the Plum Island laughing society dressed as vampires and ghouls. Oh, the irony. Yes, of course. Okay, 3. Okay, we still have some in the area. And 2 supplies. Yeah, that's, I don't know. But again, because we have done that, we are not exhausting the area. That's maybe something. But of course, we do have to fight. They're inflicting 1 point of damage. And we are rolling 2 dice. Yes, indeed. And okay, we are taking 1 point of damage on Sergeant York, who is half dead. With the second action, we will use these fellas again. And yeah, I think I want now ranged attack again. Yeah, we are not spending any resources and we are still sucking. Okay, the dice gods have finally found me again. The wrong ones, that is. But yeah, actually, I want to do that again with our... So we need... That's now the prime goal. I mean, we only need to survive at this point in time. And our best chance to survive is really getting rid of those murder of horror units. Might be a tad boring. Okay, that could have been, but at least we did 1 damage here. We are rolling that die. That has also shield. But again, we have removed 1 more murder of horror units here. I'm really not doing particularly well on those combat rolls, it seems. But those were all our 3 actions. We get to take follow actions with pearls. Again, I'm thinking about using those fellas, but as long as we have those NPC units out and they don't use up any of our supplies, I still think we should use them. So yes, we will totally do this one here again with a ranged attack now. Yeah, why not? It doesn't cost us any supplies, and these were the 2 hits. Okay, now we are talking. We have to resolve a check. It's no event card. Nice. And now we can actually do that here again. Shooting down here where Sergeant York is, right? I mean, they're rolling 3 dice for free. I mean, that's the best you can expect. And yes, finally, let's roll this die again. 3 hits. Okay, now we are talking. We have some units back in our supply. Cool stuff. No event card. This is how it goes. Let's draw our next token and fate. Yes, we have, of course, it had to happen, right? Track 1 is spawning. I still think it's only 3. And we are activating track 6. They don't move. They will move. So we have to resolve another card. And they're moving track 3, which is down here, and they will move. I think they're at 6, which means with 6 they're still moving 2 areas, so 1, and then we have to draw another card, 4, so they will... Wow, that's really a massive pile up here. But of course now we do have to resolve combat. We already know the drill. That's 1 die he's getting. Oh, he could die. I didn't think this through. Okay, let's see. Yeah, he dies. So we do our last stand. His bravery rating is 3, so that is at least something. And no, it's 5. He is finally dead. We have lost our very first hero. We are adding 1 more token to that because he died. We are adding 1 red cube into the bag, and that was a pretty terrible card. Yeah, I really should have moved him out. That's a problem. Okay, let's draw the next token. And yes, more bad news. Again, no spawn, but we are activating tracks 1 and 6. Again, I think I will start here. So down here, these fellas will not move. They will move in here. So we have 2 combats, and we have these nice markers, which I'm not using for whatever reason. And these fellas will move 1, 2, 3 spaces now, right? There are only 3. Yeah, this time I will do it correctly. So let's resolve the combat down here. Again, I will start with Ellie Mae. She's rolling 3 dice, and she is suffering. 4 should be only 2, right? 4 is 2. No, 1. 4 is still 1. Cool. Yeah, that's how you do it. 3 guys are out of here. Nice, but she's also taking 1 point of damage. So yeah, we have to be a little bit careful here. That's at least something. And we have to add the red cube. I shouldn't forget that. But then we have one more combat. So he's, ooh, no, these are now these guys. Okay, they will roll 3 dice, but they will take 2 hits now. Okay, but 3 dice is at least something. Not if you roll this, right? Do they have a special ability? If this unit does a move action and ends as it maybe will conduct a free close combat, yeah, maybe we should have thought about this. So these guys will also take 2 points worth of damage. The Wolverines, nice, and they have 4. And yeah, we are also adding 1 red cube here, but not getting rid of any of those. Problem. Next token out of the bag, and it is, ooh, wow, they're always coming out right after each other actually. Track 5 is getting spawned, which is up here, and track 4 is getting activated. And now we no longer have anything on track 4. Wow! Dodged the bullet for the very first time. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's how you need to do that, because again, we only need to survive at this point in time. Cool. Then let's draw the next chit while we're here. It's again the neighborhood watch. Now I would be moving out Mr. Rogers, who apparently died. Did I add the cube there? I think I did actually. Another chit when he died. I think I did remember that actually. So free movement. Okay, part of the free movement, this fella will pick up those supplies here. I think we should be okay for the night phase to come. With the NPC units, this really does help quite a bit. And apart from that, I think I'm not going to move anyone else. We still get 3 actions now. We can remove the combat token. Let's use the shore patrol here to shoot into that area. So they're rolling 2 dice, right? And we are hoping for exploding dice. Yeah, completely useless, of course. So that was our first action done. With the second action, we will do the very same thing, actually. Oh, gosh, this is so bad. Should we search now with Sergeant York, actually? How many bad events can there be, actually? One thing I may have to consider now, and I think I do now. For the third action, we are going to move the hero of the day. 1, 2, and 3. I think we have to do something up here. Yeah. Let's do that. As for follow actions, we are moving 1, 2, 3 folks up here. This was our first follow action. No event card. And I think for the second follow action, we are shooting into that area. It's still a house. That's a problem, but they were rolling 3 dice now. And that's 2 hits. Nicely done. And yeah, we have to resolve. Check. No event. Cool. Let's draw the next chit. We know, okay, the event is still here, but apart from that, no, it's pearls now. And I believe I do want to move these fellas up here, because ultimately I want to make it here to pick up those bread supplies. These were my favorites after all, you remember, right? So remove Dr. Wankman. Sooner or later, this will unexhaust, so we are moving Mrs. Winfrey, our CEO, back into her headquarters so she can do the decontamination action. And I think, is there another one for Dr. McCoy, maybe? Something I'm missing. No, I think we can actually leave him here, right? Yeah, I think apart from that, we are not moving anyone else right now. Then we take our action. We will shoot with those fellas here again into this area with 2 dice, and that's a hit. Yes, nice. Then I think we are shooting again using the same fellas. And that's what we need. Yeah, that's not a hit, unfortunately. And then, yeah, with our third action, we are going to search here with Dr. McCoy. And gosh, I shuffled the heck out of this deck. From dusk till dawn, your unit walked into an abandoned nightclub, the Tequila Twister. Okay. In the dark, they spot bodies slowly writhing around the dance floor, apparently still moving to the beat of the featured band Pete Moss and the Fertilizer. Suddenly, the entire crowd spins towards your people and attacks. Immediately spawn 3 horrors. cool stuff. Why not? Into this area, the murder inflicts 1 extra hit than normal during the ensuing close combat, but only just now. Apart from that, the game doesn't have a memory, I believe, which means it's 2 points worth of damage. I really need to stop searching, it seems. He's rolling 1 die for defense. He's blocking 1, which means he is taking 1 point of damage, but I believe he is still doing okay, and he doesn't have only something with ranged attack. Wow, these events are terrible. I mean, these are not events, these are search cards. They're supposed to help me. Gosh, that's our 3 actions done, actually. We can consider follow actions. And I think for 1 follow action, we are moving 1, 2 spaces in here now. And there we are doing, no, we will do a shooting action. So we are rolling 2 dice, and okay, that's 2 half hearts. 2 half hearts is 1 heart. I think that's the first time this ever happened. We have gotten rid of 1. We have to see if we are drawing an event. Okay, we are drawing an event. Yeah, that the number was, oh gosh, okay. We are toast. Terror on overdrive. Place a horrors +1 move marker in the spawn zone of each track. The next time that track activates, each horror unit adds 1 to its normal movement. If there's already a marker on that track, okay, flip it to the 2 side. After applying the marker's effect, discard it. Okay, I will simply do that off camera. So these are the tokens here. Not really fun to watch. I will bring them out and I will try to remember. But then again, because this is the only way we can win, we will activate the same unit again and we will shoot again towards these fellas. And okay, that's 1 more hit. I mean, that's what we need. Of course, we have to potentially resolve another card. No, we don't. And that's the end of that shit done. Let's remove it. Let's simply draw the next one right here. That's the impending doom, which means we're resolving our next event card. The hills have ice, which says spawn a mode of horror stack directly into Pine Barrens area 5A. And maybe that's actually not the end of the world. But then, okay, let's draw the final shit out of the back. We know what it is. It's the security services who get to take a free movement now. And for sure, I will move Dr. Venkman in here. 6 supplies now for pearls. That was rather huge. Maybe let's also move Dr. Corey in here. And I think that's it in respect to movements. We get to take 3 more actions. Again, we need those tokens back, so we will continue to fight. So 2 dice with a shore patrol. Again, that's 1. I take that for sure. 1 action done. Let's do that again for our second action. Okay, that is nothing. And now I have to really think about, do I want to do that again or not? Yeah, I think with 2 units here, I think we want to do that. 2 tokens, and oh gosh, this is so bad. Yeah, really wasted an entire turn actually. But I think we have to do that actually. We really need to get rid of those. But this also means for the follow actions, we will do the same. So these fellas will shoot in here. Oh gosh, this is so bad. Let's see. No event. Okay, and I think we have to get rid of those. We will do that again. Yes, okay, 1. Okay, wow. 1 measly 1. And yes, of course, we have to resolve an event card here. And here we have Run Aground. The Coast Guard Cutter, which is the Alyssa, I believe. Hit some rocks, draw a fate number. Okay, and it's 4. Flip the unit to the disabled side. So that's the best that could have happened actually. It's disabled, so we can repair it, but I think overall that's not too terrible. We have already rescued everyone we wanted to rescue. Okay, that's the end of the round. Yes, we will draw 2 things here, and yeah, of course, 3 more spaces. 1, 2, 3. I mean, this has to happen now. We have an awful lot of those tokens in there. Then we are moving into the night phase, but I believe this was again an extremely long episode. At least it feels to me. it really takes an awful lot, it puts a lot of strain on me actually playing this game, because there's a lot going on and I still keep missing things. And honestly, I'm not sure if I would prefer this game to be a true solo with one faction, which would things much easier, I believe, quite honestly, or maybe really playing this with 2 pairs of eyes actually would also help you. But I'm really enjoying myself here, so really don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed, but it's not an easy game. A lot going on, but also a ton of fun. But this also, I think I really have to stop here for today. Hopefully that is fine with you. Maybe with the next episode I will play to the bitter end, whatever this means. Most likely my defeat. Again, the main problem is still this, and maybe also the biohazard track, but there are things we can do about that biohazard track, I think. So there's that. And yeah, before I forget, huge shout out to all of my patrons. You guys are truly amazing. And yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.